up, you guys? Welcome to the video. Before this Q&A starts, I do want to let you guys know that the new season of Transformation is out. If you're watching this video, the new episode featuring Thomas is out today. You guys, this episode is probably one of the most intense episodes that I ever filmed when I was filming Transformation. So there's a trailer that I'm going to show you guys, and if you guys want to watch it, please click on the video. It'll take you straight to the Quest channel and you'll be able to watch the whole video. But this episode is super inspirational and motivational, and I really hope that you guys like it.
If you're gonna make it, you have to just get in that frame of mind. And my motto is, you know, when people say, oh my God, how'd you lose that much weight? Did you think you're gonna be able to lose that weight? And I said, I don't think of it that way. I said, I just lost 1 pound. I've just done it 430 times so far. So if you could lose 1 pound, you could lose 1,000 pounds. Really, you just got to do it one at a time.
I love that saying because it's true. It's the same steps that you have to take to lose 1 pound, and the same steps you have to take to lose 50 pounds, to lose 100 pounds, to lose 200 pounds. It's the same steps. It's just, it might take a little bit longer, but it's the same thing that you're doing. So as you guys can see, he has done an amazing job. So like I said, if you want to check out that video, the link will be in the description down below. Now let's start this Q&A. Let's start this Q&A off. I'm gonna do my best to keep my answers as short as possible. You guys know that I talk forever, so hopefully I don't ramble on too much in this video. But I asked you guys on my Instagram some questions, and so let's just start this Q&A. So the first question, I actually picked this. This was the very first question that was asked under the picture. It says, John, how did you start? What was your first workout routine like? When it comes to when I first started working out, I honestly had no idea what I was doing. So my workout routine was really terrible. I was doing like 15 minutes on the elliptical, 15 minutes on a bike, and 15 minutes on the treadmill, and then I would leave the gym because I was too afraid to go into the weight room. So honestly, like my first workout routine was basically just doing a bunch of cardio. The way that I learned how to start working out was actually on this website. The videos that you guys are watching, I learned how to like do a current split that I'm doing right now. My first ever split that I decided to do, I learned everything from YouTube. The first split that I ended up running was actually Brian's low high low. So basically what it is it's you do a back by tri day, so you're doing your back, your biceps, and your triceps, and then you're doing chest and shoulders one day, and then you're doing legs the other day. It's a 6-day split. So what you're doing is you work out for 6 days, you take a day off. So the reason that I really liked it a lot, and I still pretty much run the same thing, is that you're able to hit every single muscle twice a week. And as like a natural, not taking any testosterone, not taking any steroids, it's really been helpful. So that's kind of like how I started. I really had no idea what I was doing, and literally I learned almost everything that I know about working out and about my split and stuff is from YouTube videos. There's a ton of information on this website that people, I feel like, they don't really realize like how much you can honestly learn for free here on YouTube. Also, I do want to say, I'm sorry if I look like I'm sweating. It's because it's 95 degrees here in my house, and I have to turn off my AC when I'm filming or else you can hear it and it sounds terrible. Next question, what was the hardest part of your whole journey and how did you push through? That's a really hard question to answer, honestly, because I feel like every part of the journey is important, and I don't want to say it was equally as hard, but every single part has been hard. I would say the thing that I've struggled with the most, and I think that this is kind of relatable to a lot of people, is finding that relationship with food and really trying to work on my relationship with food. And when I say that, when I say I want to have a healthy relationship with food, what I mean is like I don't want to have to sit and think about food 24/7. If I'm cutting, if I'm bulking, like I don't want food to be the main center of my life, and I don't want to be worried if I have like some chips, or I don't want to stress out if I have a piece of pizza, or like freak out. I want to be able to enjoy my life, eat clean most of the time, eat healthy, whatever you want to call that, right? I want to be able to do that most of the time, but then at the same time I want to be able to have those treats and not worry about it too much, because like right now, I think I'm getting better at it, but even if I know that I'm gonna be going out, like it's literally the only thing that's kind of on my mind that day. If I know I'm gonna be going out to eat Italian food and like there's gonna be pizza there, like I always try and be like, okay, I'm gonna eat a light lunch, I'm gonna eat a light breakfast, make sure that I have enough room for that. And I think there's you know, I think there's room for that, and I think that's smart, you know, to make sure that your calorie, you know, you structure your calories throughout the day to make sure you're not overeating. But I just don't want to have to freak out whenever there's like a unplanned event that I'm invited to, and I'm like, I don't want to have to stress about food. So that's definitely my current thing that I'm dealing with, and I really have to say that I'm really proud of how much I've gone from the beginning of this channel, especially like from the beginning of this channel to where I am now. I feel like my relationship with food has increased immensely and gotten a lot better. But yeah, that's probably the thing that I've struggled with this whole time. You know, obviously I struggled with my relationship with food at the beginning when I was losing weight, because I would eat everything, and like that's what was my comfort. That's the thing that made me feel good. That's the thing that I used. And then I started under eating, and then so obviously my relationship with food was terrible because I wasn't eating enough food. I wasn't, you know, and all that stuff. So I would say that that's probably my biggest struggle. It's gotten a lot better though, but it's probably the hardest thing that I've had to deal with. And it's still something that I'm currently kind of struggling with or dealing with, if that makes sense. This is a fun one. So it says, if you could become a professional athlete outside of bodybuilding, which sport would you pick? And if I'm being completely honest, even if I could pick bodybuilding, I 100% would not pick bodybuilding at all. I think the sport that I would pick, the sport that I absolutely love, would be football, American football, with the helmets and the pads. That's always been my favorite sport. I've told this story a couple times before on the channel. I actually tried out for my football team when I was in high school, and the guys, I don't want it to sound like I'm complaining, but like the guys were just really, really rude to me, and they were really mean, and they made fun of me because I was the heaviest person that was trying out. And it really sucks because I look back and like I played flag football from when I literally could start. When I was like 6 years old, I played flag football all the way from that age up until I was in 8th grade, right before I got into high school. I played flag football. So like I loved it. I loved football, and I wanted to play so bad in high school, but I let these stupid freaking people that were just stupid, like when I think about it, like they were just dumb kids, make it so I didn't try out. Because like I went to the tryouts, they made fun of me like maliciously. They just kept making fun of me, and so I just didn't go back. I tried out, didn't go back, and I never played. And that's 100% one of my biggest regrets in my life, is letting those freaking stupid kids control what I did in high school and control the experience that I had in high school, because I really think that my high school experience would have been a ton different if I was able to play football. So that would definitely be my like sport. If I could like just be like teleport and become a professional athlete, it would be a football player. You know, everyone wants to be like a quarterback and stuff, but I always wanted to be a linebacker because I just wanted to like hit people really hard. And when I played flag football, I was actually the center, and then I was actually like a defensive lineman because you play both sides of the ball. And I just remember like my nickname was Rhino because I just did not stop. Like if the guy had the flag, I would do everything in my power to get their flag, and like the person that had the ball, I would try to do everything in my power to get the ball. And so I love football. I don't watch it as much as I used to. My team that I cheer for, because I live in San Diego, is the San Diego Chargers. They actually might be moving, which would suck because I don't know who I would cheer for then. But yeah, football would be the sport that I chose. Next question. So now that you have finished prep and are content with what you have achieved, I think that's what he meant to say, what goals have you set for yourself within the next coming months? Now this was a question that was asked a lot in different kind of various forms. So I think it would be really cool to, you know, come out of a contest prep and doing a men's physique show. I've really thought that it would be kind of cool to do like a powerlifting meet. Now I have an idea in mind. Like I have a show that's, or not a show, but a meet that's here in El Cajon, my home city. It's in like December, so I think that's enough time for me to really prep right, because obviously you guys know that when you cut down for a show, especially with how much I was cutting and like 40 minutes of cardio, like my strength gains, and a lot of it was my fault by not training correctly. I lost a lot of strength. So I really want to be able to eat a little bit more, gain my strength back, and hopefully, you know, maybe hit 1,000 pounds in a meet. That would be amazing. My gym PRs right now pretty much equal 1,000 pounds, and obviously I would hope to improve on those during the meet. But I think it would be really cool to do that and maybe share that with you guys. So I guess I'm kind of asking if you guys would like to see that. That's probably the next like thing that I've always wanted to do. You know, I always wanted to do a men's Men's Physique Show, and I did that, and I had a great time. And now I like, since watching YouTube videos and stuff and getting into more of the fitness scene, like I've really loved powerlifting. And you guys know, before I started the cut, I was doing a ton of squatting and deadlifting and benching. So I've kind of started incorporating that back into my training, and I would love to maybe do a powerlifting meet. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you guys watch those videos? So that's what I kind of want to know. This is a fun question. So, extreme dirty bulk for the rest of your life, or be in an extreme deficit for the rest of your life? Like, I don't even understand what kind of question that is, because like who would choose, like who would choose to be in that's literally saying I want to starve myself. So I would 100% choose to be in an extreme dirty bulk for the rest of my life. Obviously I wouldn't be healthy anymore, but I mean, if I had to choose out of those two, I feel like anybody would choose to do a dirty bulk over an extreme deficit. Because I feel like, I mean, it depends on, like, what does extreme deficit mean? Does that mean just not eat anymore? So I'm just, like, not allowed to eat any more food? So 100% extreme dirty bulk for the rest of my life. Next question is, was fashion your thing, or did you develop a love for it after your weight loss? Now, I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know this, but I do have like a second Instagram account that I post like more of my personal life, but like I'll post like, you know, like my outfit that I'm wearing for that day and stuff like that. So that's probably where that comment or question is coming from. Definitely, I liked fashion when I was bigger, and it sucked really bad not being able, feeling like I couldn't really dress the way I wanted to. And I know that sounds simple and it sounds cheesy or whatever, but I wasn't able to dress the way I wanted to. Like, clothes that I liked didn't fit me. They didn't make them my size. So it was always something that I liked, but it's definitely developed, and obviously my style has changed a lot, even in the last year. But yeah, it's something that I really do enjoy. I don't do it too much because it's not like I have the money to spend on really nice clothes and stuff like that, so I'm not gonna sit there and spend a bunch of money on clothes. But I do enjoy, you know, getting a nice shirt or getting some nice pants or even nice shoes. Yeah, it's definitely something that's grown over time, because I've found out that, you know, I can fit into pretty much any sort of clothes that I'm able to wear, which is one of the coolest things in the world. Like, going into a store and not stressing about the clothes fitting. Like, I remember I used to go in stores, and the first question I would have to ask is like, what's the biggest size that your shirts go to? What's the biggest size that your pants go to? And then there was a point where I just didn't even go into stores, because I knew that they only went up to maybe a 42, and I was at 56, you know, so nothing fit. So it's definitely really cool being able to go into a store and literally not have to worry at all, and be like, I know that the stuff is gonna fit, I just have to find something if I like it, depend, you know. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's definitely developed a little bit more, but I've always was kind of into fashion, and I wouldn't say fashion, but just dressing nicely and, you know, liking the clothes that I'm wearing. But when I was heavier, I just couldn't do that really, because the styles that I liked and stuff like that, they just didn't make them in my size. So it's definitely grown over time, for sure. So this question, or like a form of this question, was definitely by far 100% the most asked question on this picture that I posted, and I wasn't sure if I really wanted to answer it, honestly, because I feel like I've talked about it a good amount on my channel, but I felt like it would be doing a disservice if I didn't, because literally, like, maybe a third of the questions on that picture were about this. So I figured I would at least address it, because I feel like, you know, it's the least that I can do. So what are your thoughts on loose skin surgery, or basically pretty much anything about loose skin? People have asked so many times. So when it comes to loose skin surgery, obviously I don't see anything wrong with it at all. Like, when people will come up to me, or like will message me and say like, oh, this person got loose skin surgery, like, oh my gosh, and like they expect me to be mad or upset about it. Like, I have nothing against the surgery at all. Like, I think that it is a great option. I think that it's awesome. I think that it's great. Do I think it's for me right now? I don't think so. Like, I don't feel the need to do it. Like, I'm happy with who I am and what I've done and the person that I am right now. That it, honestly, like, and I can see how some people might not be able to understand how I'm happy in my skin, but like, I really am. And it's weird, because it feels like other people seem to be more concerned about my skin than I am. I don't think right now I want to get the surgery. Like, I can see myself maybe in the future getting it. Like, let's be honest, right? I can see maybe in a few years, or maybe even in a few months. Like, I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead when it comes, like, honestly, I really haven't thought that much about it. Right now, like, in this moment, I'm happy with who I am, and I'm happy with the body that I have. But I do 100% I'm not gonna lie and say, like, if there ever is health concerns with my skin and, like, you know, I start to get boils, like, I've read some terrible things. I've talked to people that have loose skin that have had, like, terrible rashes. If something like that ever develops, I 100% will get rid of my skin, because I'm concerned with being healthy. You know, I'm concerned with being the best version of myself that I can be. So if there's ever something like that that's going on, 100%. And I think that there is some value in, if I do get the surgery, if I decide to ever get it, you know, I would love to be able to share that with you guys and share the recovery, because, like, the thing that people I don't think realize is that that surgery, like, that's serious surgery. It's serious, and the amount of time that it takes to recover from that is months and months and months and months and months. So, like, right now, I mean, I'm happy. So that's the thing. It's like, I don't want to go under the knife, and I don't want to have to be bedridden for a certain amount of time, because I just don't see the point in it right now. Like, that's kind of where my mind is right now, you know? And the thing that a lot of other people don't realize is that most of the time, because I have loose skin here, I have loose skin here, I have loose skin on my legs, I have loose skin on my abdomen, like, usually in my lower back, usually it's not a one-time deal. You know, it's not a one-time surgery. It's like you get a good amount done and then you're redoing it, you know, or not redoing it, but you're getting your legs done and then you're getting this part done. And, like, it just keeps going. It keeps adding up. It's very expensive. Obviously, I'm not asking for money or anything like that, but it's an expensive procedure, so it's not like I can just be like, snap my fingers and I have surgery and I'm done, you know? And it really is a serious surgery, and, like, if I'm being, like, 100% honest, I just don't feel like dealing with that right now, honestly. Like, I am happy. So, yeah, I think that's the best way I can really answer that question. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, like, I mean, but do I see myself ever getting it at some point in my life? Yeah, I mean, I can see myself getting it, because, you know, I've dealt with the loose skin for a long time, and I'm just ready to, honestly, just out of curiosity to see what my body would look like. Yeah, for sure, I could see myself getting it. But right now, in this moment when I'm speaking, no, I don't think that I want the surgery right now. Yeah, I hope that answered that question, and I think I'm just gonna end the video right here, because I don't really want to go into any other questions after that. That one was pretty serious, so, and I don't want this video to be too long. But I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for all the questions. I tried to answer as many as I could, but I knew I was gonna talk a little bit a lot of it, because that's what I always do. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you click on that link down there to watch the transformation video with Thomas, because it's an absolutely amazing video and I think it will inspire you. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.